I'm Geoff Nemnich.
And I'm Rick Paillet.
And we're the hosts of The Last Stand. Coyote hunting is my passion.
And coyote calls are my livelihood.
And together we aim to bring you the best predator hunting tips, tricks, and tactics, right down to the last stand.
The Last Stand, presented by Lucky Duck Predator Calls. We are the masters of deception. Swagger Bipods. Shoot with confidence, shoot with swagger. OnX Hunt. Know where you stand. Hornady. Accurate, deadly, dependable.
So my main guy is Dustin. I knew he's good at the calling contest thing. He's probably one of the best I know. I knew if anybody could round up a morning's worth of fresh spots to go, it'd be him. So I brought him in on the deal, and the first morning he showed up here at the house and had everything dialed in, and we took off with Dustin.
Most of the time when I'm going with Rick and it's with a camera, we're usually looking for more open field. He likes to see him coming from a ways, and it kind of limits the way he can hunt. But when he ends up making stands and going with me, we get to change that up a little bit. I typically call a lot of stuff where I don't get to see him coming a lot of the times, and they usually just pop up right in your face, and that's where the shotgun and my skills come handy.
It'd been cold and windier and crap, and it was going to be windy the morning we went with Dustin too, so it all just fell into place. So the first spot with Dustin right after sunup is a growed over pasture. That's what you're going to see most of this trip. All right, here we go. It was cold and the wind was screaming, and we got kind of set up where we could see a little bit.
I told Max exactly where to watch. I just had a feeling this one was going to come from our side across this fence row and come flying in. And
woo! Nice one. Good job. That's crazy. Oh, here comes one. Okay. Hold on, I ain't done yet. I want a cat up here while we're out here with Dustin. First stand, I'm playing tall cotton. He rolled one up right here at the call. I just shot a mangy one. We got a lot of wind. We're in some tight cover with Dustin today. Starting off with a bang, that's for sure. Well, we've killed a double up here. We about done with the stand, and we got a coyote howling. I don't know. No, he ain't burger barking us. He's just doing a lonesome howl, kind of. So I'm answering him with Psyche. I might do another howl, and then I'm going to turn a fight on. We'll see if he rolls up here. Mid-February, they're breeding now, so probably shouldn't be playing vocals anyway, but it's cold. I kind of trying to call a cat in all the time, so I like to not play a lot of vocals. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. That's the way we like to start.
fast and close.
Let's go do it again.
So the first stand was, it was thick stuff, but it was kind of a grazed down grass. A lot of cedars in it, cedar choked pasture, which I love hunting those. The next one was the same thing, but it wasn't grazed, and grass was a little bit much, so we had Sean standing up on the camera. And
we cut out an evergreen that we were all packed in so Sean could stand up with the camera, because you just couldn't see anything past about 30 yards, which was an awesome idea because it gives some really cool footage. And I was playing tall cotton again. Well, we got in here on the second stand real tight. Got some CRP kind of growing in here, and we ended up having Sean stand up in this evergreen here. I'm kind of on the left here. Honestly, I didn't even see what happened. I was playing tall cotton and kind of cranking it up, we only been here probably for a couple minutes, and I heard some scuttlebutt going on over there to my right, and was watching Dustin and seen him shoulder his gun, boom, and whatever happened, it must have died right at the call because everybody's all fired up. So what do you think, Dustin? What happened? Smash one
spot
right there?
Yeah, it's one of those spots. It's not if, it's when they come in. So I was sitting here ready, and then Sean was a little bit elevated. He told me where it was coming from, and it's kind of a snapshot. I honestly didn't see it until it was right there at the call, but we got her killed.
Awesome. I never seen anything of that hunt, so I'll be anxious to see it on video tonight when we get home. But it's so thick right here that I didn't even put my swagger out. I just wanted to be able to run this thing like a shotgun. I mean, I can only see 20 yards.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
As I have said before, Patterson is a shotgun coyote killing fool. The best I know, he's probably shot more coyotes with a shotgun than who knows how many people. So it's fun to do that. It's fun to see him that close, and that's what me and him like to do. We make a few more stands with Dustin, and the wind's picking up more and more and more, and kind of a few dry stands, and we were getting kind of in not too far from a growed over quarter section of cedar trees, pasture. That's probably one of my most favorite spots to go, and I hadn't been there all winter, so I knew it was going to be good, and the wind was how I wanted it for it. So we hike in there, put Dustin watching to the right, I'm watching to the left, get the revolt out there. Lip squeaks first, kind of low volume, even though it's windy. We might be 100 yards from a cat or even less. I had commented to everybody, oh, we don't need to look over here to the left. Nothing ever comes out over the left. So just shortly after that, I see everybody kind of looking up to the hill to the right, and I just seen coyote ears going, and everybody's looking over there, and I look back over here to the left where I said nothing ever shows up, and there's a pair of coyotes standing there. And I'm like, oh no. I get a hold of the remote because the one is really staring hard at the revolt, and with a decoy, I don't like to just sit and let it run the whole stand. I like to just leave it hang there, and just like for this, I just tap it real quick and let it go like that. It started to come to try to get the wind. That's what they always want to do. They want to smell what they're looking at. Got the shakes. I just shot a coyote I can spit on. All right, let's get something else in here. So, still thinking about cat, you know. I'm the only shot that's went off silenced. It's windier and crap, so I change up sounds and help over here to the right. there's a coyote shows up in a little opening, and no more than I started going like that, it took off out of there about as fast as it showed up. And I was like, God, so nothing, you know, if they don't smell you, then they don't know really what's going on. So I switched up to another rabbit, and I don't recall exactly how all this unfolded, but there's a coyote show up the hill in a little shadow, and then it was gone. Played a little more, changed sound again. Coyote shows up over here to the left where the pair was, but it's kind of fidgety and it don't want to come out in the open. I told Sean, whispered over to him, I said, we've been here for a while, you know, no cats showed up. I think that coyote, if I turn a pup fight on, maybe it'll tear out of there this time. So I turned bully beat down on, and it didn't play for about 20 seconds, and that coyote showed up right in that shadow for the third time. Hung in there a little bit. I was pointing right there, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, but it come on out, and I put the shot on it, hammered it, so I got a double there.
We missed out on all the action on that one. Can't believe that one's right there.
I didn't even shoulder the gun. I just went pop, because it's right there, like, I don't know how close it is, 10 feet, 15, 5 yards less, I don't know. It's laying right there. I could spit a goober on it. Heck of a stand, real cool double. It'll be hard to top that one this weekend, and I didn't even let Dustin shoot. Well, I never shot a coyote that close with my rifle, not having it shouldered was kind of odd. And the scope kissed my glass, kind of had it wadded up against my eye. I didn't, 223 with a can, I knew it wasn't gonna do much. But it did bounce, it did hit me in the glasses, but I'd definitely do that again. I wouldn't have cared if it had broke my lens out.